Who's the worst? The suppliers, subcontractors, insurance? What is your biggest paperwork headache?
The building department. That's my biggest pain.
And that's one of the ones that we could fix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easier than anything.
Well, the reason why is that they've slowed, like before you used to be able to get somebody on the phone, right? And now they've hidden everything away behind the websites, right? And so, if you call up, like I called up one time to try and get a hold of a plans examiner, and I said, well, I need to clarify something, and I can't really get that in writing, explain it well in writing. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, our plans examiners aren't available. And I just said, oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I'm sure you can get somebody on the phone. She's like,
not available.
Yeah, not available. So, and not only that, you don't even get to email them directly through the website. You're just talking into the ether to somebody. It's like maybe it's Ray so-and-so, but it's not like they limit your interaction.
These are county employees.
Yes. But this is the same with the city. I mean, the city is actually better, but it doesn't really matter. This is all what everybody's moving towards.
But they haven't privatized it yet.
Well, they're looking to do that.
Because they're trying to get rid of employees too.
Yes. They're trying to, well, from what I understand is that they're moving a lot of the review to AI. And they're going to have that being done by, yeah. And then so it'll be
insane.
Right. And so what they'll have is they're just going to have maybe like 2 or 3 plans examiners that just handle the we don't understand it situations. And then once the AI learns that, they don't have to deal with it again. And then you'll have, hundreds of plans exams or, sets of plans being examined by AI. And then all of the inspections are going to be outsourced to third parties.
This is, I imagine this has got to be somebody big in the background,
sure,
right? Some big AI firm or subcontracting from a bigger AI firm going around. This is how red light cameras kind of infected the country.
Yeah,
it works in one little area, and they show that example to all the other counties. So this thing with AI in the building department is going to be shown. Well, this is one company or 2 companies that are running the entire building permit process now through AI.
I can say that the reason why I think it's becoming in hot and heavy in Florida is because of the hurricanes. Because you saw what happened around here. We got smoked, and the bureaucracy that's established right now can't keep up with that.
There's a problem with that, though, Mark.
Yeah.
You know that because we have money.
Right.
Why aren't they not funding it to look toward a future?
I think it's always the lowest common denominator. You know that. I mean, like we look on it. I mean, anybody in the world can look at, Amazon's website, you know what I mean, and how fluid and amazing that website is. You go to any government agency and it looks like it was built by a 3-year-old. It loads